District Attorney Fani Willis files a motion to basically eliminate the current subpoena that says you all need to testify about a potential relationship. She says, well, hell, testify about what? I just told you, we are in a relationship. What is there to say? And it is not disqualifying based on the rules and law. Now, this is going to be an interesting twist, but let me take you to the video and break down for it. Here it is.
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis acknowledged having a personal relationship with the top prosecutor in former President Trump's Georgia criminal case. But Willis says that there's no reason for her to step aside. Almost a month after one of Trump's co-defendants first accused Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade of having romantic ties, the duo for the first time are confirming that their relationship has extended beyond friendship. But Willis says the calls from Trump and some of his co-defendants for her disqualification are baseless, offering a vigorous defense of her hiring of Wade and insisting that there is no conflict of interest. Wade also admitted the relationship in court filings, but said that he and Willis were only friends when the district attorney first hired Wade in 2021. Wade then began criminally investigating the former president over his efforts to cling to power after losing re-election. It ultimately culminated in a sprawling racketeering indictment against Trump and his allies last summer. In a 176-page response to the recent demands, Willis's office said the demands for her disqualification rely on, quote, supposition and innuendo, also writing that it is distasteful that such allegations require a response. Trump and his allies have latched on to the revelation of the relationship, with the former president again calling the case discredited after Willis's response, portraying her as using the case for financial gain. But Willis and Wade rebutted those accusations in the office's response, arguing that there is no legal basis for them to stop their prosecution. The duo is also pushing back after bank records surfaced appearing to show Wade purchasing plane tickets for Willis and him to go on vacations together to places like California and Florida. Willis and Wade said that they split their travel costs roughly evenly and have no shared finances.
Now, on cue, here comes the circus. Here it is.
Can you tell us about your complaint?
Yes, I just filed this complaint against Fani Willis because according to the Georgia Finance Disclosure Act, Fani Willis, as a district attorney for Fulton County, is required to file financial disclosures. All office holders, we all have to do this. However, she did not file financial disclosures in 2019, 2021, and 2022. Now we all know about her secret boyfriend. It is now public. She was having a personal relationship with Nathan Wade.
Okay. The Georgia Finance Commission, they are a non-criminal regulatory outfit in the state of Georgia. Let me try to separate a few things here. If you were to believe the narrative of the defense, they are arguing that there's nothing really illegal or inappropriate about their romantic relationship. You need to hear me out on this and look at the motion. The defense is not arguing there's something inappropriate because of the romance. That is the media spin. The motion argues that his payment, the money he receives, is simply so that she can be enriched. So she's using the prosecution of Mr. Roman, the defendant, and others who are Trump co-defendants in order to make more money. Do you believe that? Do you believe that she is prosecuting Donald Trump to make more money herself and using Nathan Wade as a proxy to that ultimate goal? Hell no, you don't believe that. Because there are other people you could have prosecuted in a scheme with a lot less fanfare than this one and did the same action. So no, no one believes that. That is the argument of the defense, that somehow she's utilizing this entire case in order to make more money. Now, here's the other side of that, okay? What she did is, in my opinion, a self-inflicted wound, unforced error. It should not have happened. Does it disqualify her from being the prosecutor on the case? No, it doesn't. Because there is no legal or statutory violation. Does it disqualify her ability to prosecute the case? No, it does not. Now, let's say she actually does get removed. What happens? Based on Georgia Constitution, the Attorney General of Georgia, Chris Carr, he's a Republican, he then gets to appoint a special prosecutor to take over the case. Under no case scenario does the motion get granted. What is the actual genesis of the motion? To dismiss all charges. That's not going to happen because the charges are constitutionally affixed based on the special purpose grand jury's recommendation to the normative grand jury in Fulton County who gave the true bill. So the rights were not destroyed, manipulated, or violated in that process. And nobody's arguing that. So here we are. Fulton County District Attorney's Office asked the Georgia judge Wednesday to quash subpoenas of top prosecutors in former President Trump's 2020 election interference case that would require them to testify at a hearing next week over whether they should be booted from the case after accusing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade of having romantic ties. One of Trump's co-defendants in Georgia subpoenaed the duo along with more than half a dozen of their colleagues for the hearing scheduled on the 15th. Now, why did they do this? Why is the judge even allowing it? Understand what happened here. On the last day that you could file a pretrial motion, somehow the defense got wind of a rumor. They got wind of a rumor. And they filed a motion based on the rumor. The motion does not have any statement of fact, nor statement of law, nor statement of constitution. None of that is in the motion. Those things are supposed to be in the motion, at least one of them. The motion should have been dismissed on its face value, but it wasn't. So they get wind of a rumor. They put the rumor in a motion. The motion gets air. It takes flight. Now, Fani Willis, the DA, she is being placed on the chopping block, and the whole narrative is now about her. Both Willis and Wade last week admitted to having a personal relationship, but the district attorney's office had described the cause to step aside baseless and said there was no need for the hearing. They're trying to simply embarrass her. In a new 36-page motion Wednesday, the DA described the subpoenas as ill-conceived and based on reckless accusations, urging Judge Scott McAfee to block the attempt to compel Willis, Wade, and others to testify at the hearing. Georgia law, as well as authority from across the country, predictably frowns on a process that permits counsel for one litigant to compel the testimony of counsel and employees of the opposing party is damn near unheard of. And there is no justification to depart from that general principle here. Special Prosecutor Anna Greencross wrote on the state's behalf. All right, Senator, thoughts here?
Naming and shaming. I mean, if I were on the other side, I'd be grasping for these kinds of straws as well. The Trump campaign, the Trump defense, everybody that is in support of Trump, including that person you just showed, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, are really playing to the court of public opinion here. And this is exactly why they did it, to slow down the process. Now, Dr. Richey, I agree with you in terms of a forced error. This is the tangled web we weaved. What is the appearance of impropriety? No basis in law, as you laid out so succinctly, but in the court of public opinion, where you're not dealing with a whole bunch of folks who necessarily have legal degrees or even going to look at this from a legal perspective, which is what the Trump campaign wants. They're going to look at it purely from an emotional, they're out to get him. This is more proof. And for her to benefit financially, where did they go? Florida, and where else did they go, Doc? I mean, she ain't go nowhere really, really exotic. I mean, come on, give her a little more credit that, if she really gonna benefit from this thing, I mean, really go some places.
I mean,
not just in the continental United States of America. However, the point here is that the appearance of impropriety is really gonna muddy the waters here. And it is the court of public opinion that Trump and his supporters are playing to, and not necessarily the judge that is hearing the case.
There you go. And You know, Senator, it's not like she went to Dubai.
That's right.
Like Clarence Thomas. And naturally, the person that Clarence Thomas went to Dubai with or on the dime of had business before the court.
That's right.
Wow. All right. We'll bring you updates. Guaranteed to be some.